This is Weekend Winners. Thanks for joining us. We've got a 9-race program coming up on Saturday night from Albion Park, and it's a good program as well. The main race is going to be the Trotters Mobile. Midway through the card, it's race 4, 2,138 metres. The last start track record breaker, Golden Sunset. She's going to go around again. Naturally, she's going to start favourite, and this is going to be her final hit out before she goes to Sydney next week to take on the Group 1 MacArthur Mile and a potential clash with Kiang Zahara. So we're really looking forward to seeing Golden Sunset go around again. So that's race number 4 on Saturday night, part of a 9-race program, and we get underway at 5:44. In this week's edition of Weekend Winners, we're going to catch up with Adam Sanderson and Jack Chapple. Adam Sanderson joins us to go through his runners on Saturday night. He's got some interesting drives. He's in the hot seat now. Adam, appreciate the time.
Always my pleasure, Chris.
Your first race is race 4. This is probably the highlight race on the card. This Trotters free-for-all mobile start conditions, very, very strong. Did you have the choice here between Van Sank and Royal Dan?
Yeah, obviously Van Sank's one of my old favourites, so it probably wasn't much of a choice in the end, really.
Okay. Now, with Van Sank, I know they've talked about retirement for Van Sank, but he's been placed 3 of his last 4. Is he slowly starting to work back into some real strong form?
Well, I think he's racing probably as good as ever. His last run was, track record time, and I think he probably went better, or he went faster than when he had the track record. So I just think that obviously the rest have got a bit quicker, and he may have slowed down a bit, but I don't think he can race any better.
Okay, so as far as you're concerned, retirement's a long way off then.
I think so. He's going good. He's earning money, so there's no use sitting in a paddock.
Okay. So as you said, last time out, track record time here, 53.7. This is a different kettle of fish on Saturday night, 2,138 metres. Does that suit Van Sank better?
I think as he's got older, it's probably not a bigger downfall. But he's drawn fence. He'll follow through and get a good run, so he has a chance to finish off. Do you think you're going to be 3 fence, maybe a spot further back? At worst, I'll be 4 fence, but hopefully 3 fence. And obviously, Golden Sunset looks the one to beat. She should roll to the front and probably hard to beat. But if he gets a soft trip, I can't see him probably missing the place, to be honest.
Okay. Golden Sunset getting primed for that MacArthur Mile in Sydney. They're going to run here. This will generate good tempo. I
think so, yeah. She's a free rolling type anyway, and obviously that track record was a smart win. So she'll roll along 2,100. We'll definitely get our chance. All right, tell me this: our Trotters depth in Queensland right now. Where do you think it sits? It's probably as strong as ever. I still think it's a little bit down on, obviously Victorian form. Victoria Trotters always sort of been that step above, and obviously, when the Kiwis come over there, they're as good as us. So we're closing the gap, but we've still got a bit to go. All right. Race number 5. Keen to get your thoughts here on Sergio's Rocket. She's got barrier 7. Her form on paper, it's a little up and down. She's going well, this mare, isn't she? Yeah, she is going good. Obviously, her 2 runs where she's missed. She's had to do a bit of work in Sit Park, which isn't her go. So we get a draw where we can just go back, and hopefully this race genuines a bit of tempo, and we can finish off. 2 starts ago, she ran second. And you could probably make a case that she was a little unlucky. I think there was a horse that pulled out in front of you, sort of just stopped your momentum there. So she probably could have won 2 starts ago with a little bit more luck on your side. Yeah, definitely. She was unlucky not to win that. As I say, one pulled out and we got held up just that little bit and forced wide. So I think she should have won that. And then, last week was just a forgive run. So, it looks an even bunch. And I think if we just get that right run, that right track into it, she can finish as good as any. Do you think there's a few mares in this race that might be found wanting at the 2,138? Generally, a few do. If they have to do that little bit of work that they're not used to. So I think if she can do no work, she'll be as strong as any over the 21. Yeah, she certainly looks a good value play there, Sergio's Rocket. Race 7, Free Thinker. You've got the drive on this big guy. How aggressive do you want to be at the start with him? He's probably going to have to be a little bit aggressive. Obviously, no second line helps. We can sort of get across, but Aroda's obviously got good gate speed and he likes to lead, so I don't know if the front will be there, but he's a free rolling type, so we're going to have to be up there at some stage. Does he have to lead to win? He seems to go his best races in front, but obviously I don't know if the front's there. Obviously on Saturday there's quite a few gate speed horses. Mossdale Terry gets out good, so Yeah, I don't think he has to lead, but he certainly goes better in front.
Okay, he's going to be hard in the market. Do you think he deserves to be favoured, or do you think Turn It Up, who's the only runner off the second row at a mile, should be the top pick?
Yeah, I'd be surprised if Turn It Up's not favoured. Obviously, he gets into this race pretty well, obviously, on the drop back. So he's a genuine free-for-all, whereas Free Thing is still working his way through. So, yeah, it's a good testing material anyway.
Okay, so that's an interesting race as far as the map is concerned there. What about in race 8? You're driving Reason to Shine. Her 2 runs back this campaign have been super. Is she going better than ever?
She's getting back to her best. We had a really weird sort of preparation last time. She just wasn't there at all when her first run back was great. Her second run, she's still done a little bit wrong, but hit the line really strong. So a couple more gear changes on Saturday, and I reckon you'll see an even better one. Okay,
how do you play it from gate 4? Is that potentially a little sticky?
No, she has good gate speed. I don't think she's as good if you do use her, but we'll go forward and we'll chance our arm, and hopefully we end up somewhere near the pace.
Yeah, you sort of have to though, don't you, from that gate?
I think so, yeah. You sort of go back, you're a long way back, and she's not one that likes to come wide, so she can do a little bit of work, and even if I have to sit parked, I'm sort of not too worried in that grade.
It looks really open, that race.
Yeah, very even lot, so obviously it's probably going to get whoever gets the best run, but she's as good as any.
Okay, the last race, again, you probably would have had the choice here between Always Promise Me and I'm Extra Special. Do you favour one over the other?
Not really. I left the choice up to Big Cox this week. He likes the other fellow. It's one of his favourites. So I just stuck with my fellow, and he's going good. But both of them, they need to step up and prove Albion Park form.
When you led with I'm Extra Special last week at Redcliffe, were you surprised you got run down?
Not really. That was a massive step up for him. He'd sort of only been racing in the low high 40 grade, and horse like Glen Eagle VC had dropped out of a 75 grade, so it was a big step up, and I was quite happy with his performance, and I think he's better just sort of coming off the speed too. So hopefully on Saturday we can we get a run like that. Okay, so you don't get involved early? Don't think so. I haven't had a real good look, but even that there doesn't seem to be a lot of gate speed on the front. So whether we can zip across and take a sit, or we'll just sort of play that one by ear. The key runners in that race are either drawn wide or off the second row. Yeah, pretty much, and obviously Chantel's won the second line. It's probably the hardest to beat, but he's a bit up and down too. I think it's just quite an open field. All right, if you get any luck on Saturday night, you could be in for a good night. But if you don't get any luck, you could go home a little disappointed. Which one are you most looking forward to? Obviously, I love driving Van Zandt. He's one of my old favourites, but I really want to see how Reason to Shine goes. I think she's on the way up. Okay, race 4, number 8, Van Zandt, and race 8, number 4, Reason to Shine. As always, Adam, appreciate the time. We'll see you trackside. No worries, thank you. Jack Chapple now jumps in the hot seat to look at his book of drives on Saturday night, and he's with us now. Jack, appreciate the time.
Good afternoon, Chris. Thanks for having me on.
I tell you what, the bulk of your drives on Saturday night have drawn awkwardly. There's a lot of second row draws or wide front row draws. It's not going to make life easy for you, but when you look back at your results last week, you had a lot of ordinary draws and you were able to get into the money. You were driving well last week, so let's hope that good form continues.
Yeah, I got some tricky barriers on Saturday night, but we'll look to make the most of them.
All right, a horse you know well in the first race, Better Than Popsy. You look at this field, he's well up to winning this race, but the draw just looks sticky, gate 5. What's your early take on this race?
It is a very tricky gate. He has a bit of gate speed when he's sort of drawn close to the marker line and can fold forward without doing too much. So drawing out wide where he is, we probably can't do too much early. He's going to have to look to tuck in where we can, and looks a bit hard to see where he's going to be with the full back line of runners. So we're just going to have to try and fold across and get where we can, but if he's not too far off, I think he's racing well enough to be in the money.
He was awesome 2 starts ago. He let up on that occasion, but he was really brave.
He was. He copped a bit of pressure early there and ran a good last half and wasn't beaten fast, so it was a brave effort.
Okay, so you've got a somewhat potentially sticky draw here. Do you think this race is capable of generating good mid-race pressure?
I think so. I think the one horse, Lochinvar Jag, will be doing its best to hold up, so with the one looking to hold the lead and a few runners folding forward from out wide, hopefully there'll be a bit of early tempo. Okay, well that's race 1, Better Than Popsy. Race number 2, here's the first of your second row draws coming up, English Dance. Now he dropped back to Redcliffe, he was able to dominate his rivals there, he comes back to Albion Park and you slam with gate 10 at the mile. It's not going to be easy, but he is going well. He is going well, and he was able to get the job done last start at Redcliffe, so probably just going to have to drop to the fence and hope for a bit of luck. But if it does come his way, he might be able to run into a nice placing. He just needs the right trip to get into the money.
Just with that Redcliffe win last week, how easy did he do it? He looked like he was very comfortable going through the line.
Yeah, he does. He loves leading it, and particularly at Redcliffe when he can dominate the front end. And he got a soft lead and was able to run away from him and still felt like he had plenty left.
Okay, so you're indicating that you're likely to look for the fence here. When you look at that front row, though, it is loaded with pace. They're going to be scooting along here.
It is, and I hope so for our own chances that they are scooting along, and hopefully there's a few runners that look to hook up early and create a good, strong tempo throughout.
Would you be more confident if it was 2100?
I think so. These last 2 times he's won, it's been over the trip. He doesn't mind getting over a bit of distance.
Okay. Race number 5, Bev the Goat. Another one with a second row draw, but another runner that's going really well. Her last start effort when second was good. Are you happy with the way she's performing?
Yeah, definitely. She's getting better and better all the time, and she's just a great sit sprinter that can come home pretty strong.
Okay. What is it with you and Bev the Goat? Because you've got a really good rapport with her. You just seem to click.
Yeah, she can be a bit difficult at times, but I seem to get on all right with her and quite enjoy driving her.
Okay. When she first arrived from New Zealand, was there any sort of expectation for her? Has she exceeded expectations?
I think she has exceeded expectations. She came across from New Zealand as a maiden and won a maiden, and just every time she stepped out, she's just gotten a bit better, and rising in grade now, she seems to quite handle the high grades as well.
Is there a preference, a mile or 2100, or it doesn't really matter?
I'd prefer a mile with her. She can be one that can fire up and tend to overdo it at times, so the shorter distance does suit her better.
Okay, well, this race on Saturday night, 2100, it looks really open. It's hard to pinpoint one, so if you get some luck, she's capable of being in the finish.
Yes, definitely.
Okay, well, that's Bev the Goat. What about race number 6? You're driving Bide Our Time. He's first up. He's had several trials. Fitness-wise, where is he at?
Yeah, his trials have been sound, and he has gotten better in each one. He's probably still going to need a few runs to get back to his best, so a bit of a hard task first up, but hopefully he's not too far away.
Okay, only a mile this race on Saturday night. You've got options. You can either drop straight to the peg line or punch through at the start. Any sort of way you're leaning there at the moment?
Not too sure yet, Chris. We'll just have to weigh up where we're going to be closest. If the fence is on, we'll head there, but if a few get crossed early and we're going to be closer in the running line, we'll stay one off.
Okay, whatever he does on Saturday night, stick with him, keep following him. He's obviously going to get fitter.
Yeah, that's right. It's only a first up run, so he'll only get better from there and be fitter from the run.
Okay, race number 7. This is the band 4, band 3. Miracle Moose. He's aiming for 3 in a row. He's been really good. Are you happy with the way he's going?
Yeah, definitely. He was great last week, running 151, which is a career best, I think, for him. So he's going as good as he can be of late.
Okay, this week you've got to overcome gate 7 at a mile. I suppose the small field suits?
It does. A 7 can be a tricky draw, but at least with a small field, it shouldn't be too far away from the leaders.
Okay. Do you think they're going to hike along early in this race? There's a few there drawn towards the inside that have all got speed, a Rhoda, Mossdale, Terry, Free Thinker. Do you think they all push forward and fast at the start?
Yeah, I think all 3 of them will be pushing forward, and you throw Obi Legal in the mix as well. He's a high gate speed horse, so could be a bit of tempo on early, which would suit us.
Yeah, he's a horse you know well, OB Legal. So hoping for a stack of speed, and if he gets the right sort of luck, he's another one that's capable of running on strongly at the finish.
Yeah, definitely. He's racing well. He's just going to need everything to go his own way from the draw to get into it.
All right. Race number 8, this race for the mares. This is the quali over the mile. Miss Consequences. This is your best draw all night, and she's a mare with gate speed. Are you sort of tempted to sort of go hard looking for the early lead?
Yeah, I think we have to push forward from 3. She ran a good race a few starts back when she found the top, and since then she's just been not far away from bad draws, so she finally got a barrier with it this week, drawing 3, so I think we look to push forward early and see where it gets us.
Okay. Her last couple of runs, they've been okay. The barrier draws probably haven't helped, so she is going quite well.
She is, yeah. She's a horse that does perform much better when she can find the leader and be not far from the lead, so the last 2 barrier draws she's had haven't been her preferred racing pattern, so from 3 we'll look to take advantage of it.
It's only a matter of time before she wins one of these mares' qualies.
Yeah, definitely. She sure has the ability. She just needs things to fall in place for her, and if they do, she can take one out for sure.
All right, that looks to be another fairly open race, that one. And what about the last race? Have we saved the best till last here with Gem Punter Pete? This is a horse you know well. He's going well. He's got a nice trailing draw. Can he take the last?
I think he's a real good chance, Chris. He's been racing well of late, and I think it is a very open race. Probably got the perfect trailing draw for him, 2 on the back line, and hopefully cannot be too far away from him and come home strong late.
He's a little underrated, this guy, isn't he?
He is. He's never been far away in any of his runs. He's always hitting the line strong and running nice holes and placings all the time.
That last start effort, they went quick time. You drove him. Were you happy with the way he found the line?
Yeah, I was, Chris. He was 4 wide from the 400 and didn't get beaten by much, so I thought it was a pretty good effort to finish where he did.
All right. On paper, the main players here are either wide off the front row or off the second row. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, definitely. There's our Sunset Delight's probably the best horse in the race, but drawn inside the back row seems to be a bit tricky for him, so that's probably where you would want your main danger in a sticky barrier draw, and then the other main dangers are all drawn out wide, so if they have to do any work to get into the race and he can just sit cold in the running line there, I think he can be a main danger for sure.
All right. Do we have to be patient? Is that your best drive on Saturday night?
Yeah, I think my best drive is Gem Punter Pete in the last.
All right. Race 9, number 9, Gem Punter Pete. Hey, Jack, as always, really appreciate the time. Keep up the good form. We'll see you trackside.
Thanks, Chris. Appreciate it.
A big thanks to our 2 drivers this week, Adam Sanderson, Jack Chapple. We wish them all the very best of luck. Time now to find a good thing for this program on Saturday night. I think we're going to strike early. In fact, we're going to double down from last week. Race 1, number 1, Lochinvar Jag. We missed him last week. I think this is a perfect setup for him on Saturday night. The fact that he draws gate 1, they've got a lot of options there. They can either try for an all-the-way victory, worst case scenario, they'll be in the trail. So we're going to stick with him. Race 1, number 1, Lochinvar Jag. Our first race getting underway at 5:42. That is Weekend Winners for this week. Proudly brought to you by 1Equine for the equine athlete. We'll see you trackside.